Welcome to this channel. So in past 2 weeks, I have opened up to share the breathing in Kung Fu and also in Wing Chun. And yesterday, I further shared that the tucking tailbone, the lifting anus, the straighten the spine, those mind power stuff is not according to the ancient Chinese teaching, and also it is not according to human bodies based on science. Now, many of our Wing Chun friends have messaged me since then. Some of our Wing Chun friends love it because now they see how the mechanics, the proper mechanics of Chinese Kung Fu and Wing Chun is according to science. However, some Wing Chun friends hate it because some have the mentality of this is how the Grandmaster teach, and you want to lifting your anus, and you want to tucking your spine based on different reasons. Some say for relaxation reason, some say to have more power, all sort of stuff. Well, however, we look into it, those claim having the mind power, you tucking your anus, doing those is not according to science. Not even talk about according to the ancient Wing Chun teaching or ancient Chinese Kung Fu or Qigong teaching. So Wing Chuners today have a choice. Either one love the truth or one want to keep defend on their lineage, their grandmaster, and so forth, so forth. Of course, this is a free world, democratic world. Everybody can choose what they want to do. The issue with choosing to defend the grandmaster, the lineage, teaching on those tucking the tailbone and lifting the anus, spine, all kind of stuff, you know, first, it will not deliver. You know it will not be able to deliver. The second, you know it cannot defend Wing Chun. Just face it, 2 weeks ago, there are some grandmaster in Asia is putting down Wing Chun. Can all those grandmasters teaching and according to the grandmaster defend that? Of course it's not. Otherwise, it's not in Asia in books for years there in public. So what can defend Wing Chun? What can champion Wing Chun? History, science. Based on history and science, we can ask those who have no idea on Wing Chun to shut up because they are clueless. Okay? However, again, this is everybody's choice. What do you want? Everybody is free to do what they want. However, for Wing Chun as a culture, there is no other ways to choose. It has to be based on history, facts, evidence, based on science, and based on being able to get result. It is not based on Hendrik Santo. It is based on what it is. Only based on the solid, one can get result, one can improve it, one know what is one training, and one can tell all those Chinese grandmaster who put down Wing Chun to butt off, okay? Mind their own business. Because this is history data, this is science, this is Wing Chun. Okay? So, of course, this is a hard decision. But unless one willing to give away one's fame and title, one's grandmaster fame and title, all those stuff, one will never see the truth. Face it. That's why in the West, like in the Silicon Valley, it is the result which matter. And the second, the truth of where that technology is come matter. If you don't have result, you don't have company in Silicon Valley. Nobody is going to buy your product. And you don't have product to sell. So technically, you have to be sound. Second, where does technology come, it better to be clean. Otherwise, people are going to sue you until you completely bankrupt. Because people are going to bring you to patent lawsuit. So if we do it in the Silicon Valley way, nobody can touch Wing Chun. Because it is alleged technology and it's alleged where it's come from. Okay? So I share this with you because I'm going to continue on to share with you something very important. Something in Asia, you never see this in past 100 years or 120 years. And in fact, you won't be able to see it because there's a lot of science here now. And so this channel is about education, about culture. And we want to base on the proper thing so that everybody benefit. So, number one, just take the topic of tucking tailbone. Straighten the spine. Well, that is problematic. You know that that's problematic. Number one, it violates the human biomechanics of human physiology. As we know, one needs to know the pelvic floor and the diaphragm movement just for one to be properly breathe hard, deep, like in martial arts, in sports, in any athletes. Just talking about that tailbone and the spine have no idea on this handling of the pelvic floor muscle and the diaphragm synchronization in dynamics. The analogy of you exhale, inhale, both synchronized, you will not be able to handle the breathing. Face it. Disregard what anybody said. If this breathing cannot be achieved, there is no power there. There is no momentum there. Because you are missing a very critical parameters there. In human, it's called breathing. So what is the tucking the tailbone or lifting the anus got to do with the dynamic handling of the pelvic floor muscle and the diaphragm synchronization so that one be able to have, in today's language, high lung volume, high inhale and exhale intensity, high VO2 max, which is you need for fighting. You like it or not? Tucking tailbone, lifting anus, do not solve those. In fact, it doesn't even know those things exist. So scientifically, number one, those stuff is just some stuff. which is like you're tucking your tailbone. Who knows how much you need to tuck your tailbone and how long you need to tuck your tailbone. And as you know that in the handle of the pelvic floor muscle and the diaphragm, in for the high breathing volume and intense, high intensity exhale, inhale, this entire thing move. The diaphragm and the pelvic floor muscle move, and thus your spine, your tailbone, everything move. It is not a single parameter like a tucking tailbone or lifting anus can solve this. It practically miss the entire system. So how is that internal when you do not even aware of the pelvis floor muscle and the diaphragm synchronizations? Not to mention that you need to breathe out with the mouth. If this is in the aerobic, you know that you need oxygen, big time oxygen. You need to exhale out CO2, carbon dioxide. When you get into anaerobic, tired, exhaust, you need the massive oxygen inhale to clear out or pay off your oxygen debt. Science. So what is the tucking tailbone and the lifting anus gonna do with that, for that? Which is stationary stuff. There's a concept, tucking tailbone, lifting anus. It got nothing to do with the entire dynamics of human. High speed, high intensity play, high power, high momentum. So we know that those tucking tailbone and the lifting anus are straighten the spine stuff is something else, which is off topic when you want to talk about real momentum play. Thus, you go one more steps. Based on General Qi Guang's classic, the first level is functional training. One do not have the functional training. One do not have the functional training of the breathing. And thus, one will not be able to do high intensity momentum handling in fighting. Face it, you don't have the functional training to support the momentum play. Now, you get into the second level of the model of General Qi Guang, not Hendrik Santos' model, General Qi Guang. The martial art grandmaster in China for past 460 years, nobody go exceed him. The second is the 4 aspects of momentum handling. 1, 2, 3, 4. How is tucking the tucking the tailbone and lifting the anus satisfied, be able to do this? One can keep training their tucking tailbones and lifting anus, lifting their spine, have all those mind power, everything. How is it going to help this basic 4 aspects of momentum handling 460 years ago? How? Of course, the answer is you can. Your body can handle those four, even the basic four aspects of momentum handling of general Qi Ji Guang. So by history, the real deal fighting, okay, not rooftop fighting in Hong Kong. This is real deal life and death Qi Ji Guang versus the Japanese pirate, and within Japanese pirate you have Japanese warrior, life and death. That is the requirement. Okay? This is the standard. You know that the lifting anus and all this spine and mind power never works because it cannot support the functional training. The second, the functional training is based on science, and it doesn't support the histories, the truth of Chinese martial arts, which is the mother art of Shaolin art, and Wing Chun is from Shaolin. Okay? Now, in order to do this, even just for the second level, the four aspects of general Qi Ji Guang's momentum I just showed you. You need the breathing in Xiu Lim Tao. This is the opening. This is the closing, where the body and the breathing become one, synchronized. Of course, you need all this handling of the breathing, as we just mentioned just now, and the body. So in the Xiu Lim Tao of Wing Chun, you have all this rising, sinking, closing, opening. You have all this, the body contractions and expanding, all those stuff. Only with those type of training, one be able to handle the four aspects of general Qi Ji Guang basic. How can tucking tailbone, lifting anus, straighten the spine, have all mind power do that? We are talking about real life, we're talking about real martial arts standards. And in Xiu Lim Tao, you have all those open, close, sinking, rising. Say the open and close I share with you. In the ancient, the open is like this. When my body elevate, exhale, and you snap out. Now you have to use mouth breathing. Nose in and mouth out. Opening. Closing. Because there is opening, there is closing. Closing is inhale with the body sink down. Open and close. Well, what is this thing become today? It become this. Stand straight, tucking your tailbone, lifting your anus, doing this. It is no longer there's the difference. So it doesn't support, again, even the second aspect of general Qi Ji Guang, and it doesn't support this. You need to breathe out, as we just said just now. Your carbon dioxide have to discharge out from your mouth and so forth, because you are in high aerobic. You have to breathe out, take oxygen in deep. Or in anaerobic, you have to take oxygen in deep. Now, open, close. Got to do with the short strike art. This is called contract. This is called extend. And that's why as in restricting Wing Chun, you can see that the link between Shaolin and Wing Chun 1850. You always talk about contract. You always have the contract facing the opponent, facing the center line, contracting, and then you extending, and then you come back to contracting. So the entire thing is one piece. This is a reality. Without this type of body functioning training to support the breathing, the mechanic of contract and expand or extend or retracting, and be able to synchronize with the breathing, one can play in the real game like general Qi Ji Guang, not according to Hendrik, but general Qi Ji Guang. That's the standard. That's a reality. So either one's training one Xiu Lim Tao this way, standing the structure, lifting anus, tucking your tailbone, and doing this, or you're training your Xiu Lim Tao, everything dynamic. They're two different things. So this is the reality. So like a few weeks ago, when I am making videos and writing articles to tell those Asia so-called grandmaster to stop talking about Wing Chun, I tell them we in the West have the technology. And all friends in the West and entire world who read English can have access to the technology. So namely, the 1850s and the 1560s Kung Fu, the Wing Chun inception, and restricting Wing Chun. History, science, based on who? General Qi Ji Guang, Shaolin short strike. Based on who? Sports science today, which can be repeat, can be measured, can be verified. This is what we have in the West today. So to keep everybody honest, it's better to follow General Qi Ji Guang, follow General the Ming General, the Shaolin short strike, and then the sports science. And in order to make the Xiu Lim Tao works, one need to do this. How can I tuck in my tailbone always and lifting anus if I constantly have to do this kind of stuff? Should I tuck in my tailbone, lifting my anus, where I screw the entire body up and the movement up? So let's straighten my spine so that I be able to contract and shoot out, extend, going down, doing a throw. So this is the reality.
And today I share this with you. I know this is very heavy, extremely heavy. But it is the time, it is the crossroad that one make a decision. Is it one follow the truth, or one keep defending on one's grandmaster this and that? Well, following the truth doesn't say that one do not respect one's grandfather or grandmaster. Like, I don't agree with what my grandfather said. In fact, many things she talked about in the health and science, it doesn't make sense. But that do not take me to not respect him, because without him there is no me, because I'm his grandson. So thing has to be clear. You respect and you be able to change. And any wise grandmaster will want their grandkid to be better than them. The Chinese always have a term called 发扬光大 in Mandarin, meaning you want to grow it, expand it so the entire world know. Well, within 发扬光大, that is improvement and keeping progress is needed. And somebody even say 破旧立新. You discard the old, you build the better one. You see that all these terms in the Wing Chun movies? But the question is, do we follow the teaching or not? Or we just hold on something? Grandmaster secret, blah, blah, blah. And we're thinking we're holding that we can save us from the entire world. No, those things you hold on, it couldn't even save Wing Chun from get attacked in Asia by the Chinese Kung Fu grandmaster who have no idea on what Wing Chun is. So only history and sports science can rescue, can champion Wing Chun, not me. But history and science. So this is what I like to share with you. It's very heavy, I know. It might cause the entire thing to have a lot of soul searching or heartbreaking. But this is the reality Wing Chun face. Wing Chun is a very clean system from General Qi Ji Guang to today. We are lucky we have the entire straight line in, where other martial styles have no longer have it. You heard everybody say, oh, this style is from the teaching of a god when the founder is in the dream. This teaching is from this guy or this nun or this monk or this Taoist watching the snake and the crane fighting, or the eagle fight the fox, or there's a white crane immortal come and teach the founder. Do you believe that? Do you believe that? If this is true, why don't Qi Ji Guang go praying every night and get this either a white crane ancestor immortal come teach Qi Ji Guang how to defeat those Japanese pirates? Why don't they just pray? So this gods come in the dream of Qi Ji Guang and go defeat all the pirates? Why is it that at that time the Ming military, 20,000 people cannot handle 3,000 Japanese pirates for years and years? So where is all this thing come? So as in this book, in the Qi Ji Guang Classic, why is Qi Ji Guang let his people running with sandbag on their feet, running 1 mile that you need to train until you are not panting, up to that level, black and white. So, to conclude this video, 460 years ago, the entire thing is clear and solid, and it can be confirmed with today's sports science. And for the past 100 years, what the heck is people doing? You like it or not, I like it or not, it doesn't matter. What it matters is it's going to go down in the history. Anybody don't change is going to get written down in the history. Nobody can get away from that. Today is the information world. Everybody can check in the YouTube and all the videos today and just make an analysis. You think the sports scientist is not be able to find out who have what, who don't have what works, what doesn't work? So again, everybody can believe what they want. But if one is practice martial arts, then one need to tell the truth, search for the truth, tell the truth. Isn't that the code of a martial artist, a warrior? A warrior doesn't bully weaker people. A warrior always be able to reason, be able to talk the truth. So this is what I'd like to share with you today. I know it is heavy, but as what I can share to the world today, what the Chinese have in past 450 years, we have it here in the West. And even better, we have already mapped it into the sports science. We know what it is. Thus, we can repeat it, we can reproduce it, we can improve it. The matter is you need talented young generations, not holding on this and thinking this like some kind of mantra or some type of secret thing, magic, which can save me. This cannot save us. It is based on that you grow, you make it alive and improve it, which can save Wing Chun.